everyone, welcome back to Rogue 16. We are doing another unboxing. We initially did this unboxing, and uh, I think it was like several days before this, and we kind of got cut off, and so we couldn't finish it. So we wanted to do it again because I think it deserves to be talked about. You know, and not not to be cut short. But the Lowland Props Restraining Bolt, I think, is one of their best. One of their best so far. They've got so many good ones though. So many great releases. I mean, Lowland absolutely kills it. But yeah, overall, I mean, this thing, I'm very happy with this piece. I don't have the R2D2 one. I'm not sure who's gotten that one. I've seen it here and there. I think more people have picked up the C-3PO Restraining Bolt, I think. And then I have seen some here and there of the signature editions, which I've heard, Jason, you've mentioned that there've been some issues with the signature editions.
I wouldn't say issues. I think the better way to put it is Anthony just signs in a very robust, elegant way.
Large, yeah.
Large, kind of like Carrie Fisher's autograph. It's a very just,
Sure. Yeah.
large loopy loop. And having been confined to a more dense area, I think it might have just, just like anybody's signature, right?
Mm.
If someone says, Matt, sign a box yay big,
Yeah.
it's going to be tough, right?
Yeah,
If you're
sure.
used to just kind of putting your John Hancock down really smooth.
Yeah.
So I don't want to call it an issue. I just think some people looked at that and said, well, it's not as aesthetically appealing as I would like it to be. But
Mm.
in defense of Lowlands, I dare. One thing that gets talked about with collecting signature plaques is like RS is a perfect example, right? We just finished recording a video on the RS ADA.
Yeah, that.
So their stands, love them or hate them, are great because the plaque sits in the stand.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a separate ancillary piece
Right.
that you display in front of or next to or somewhere around it. And I think Lowlands wanted to avoid having a separate plaque.
Yeah.
They wanted to be part of the piece, which by design I like that. I think it was
I
smart.
think it's yeah, I agree, and I have to say one of the things that's amazing about the Lowland pieces is that the way they display are so
That's the thing.
fantastic.
It's
It's a
just so beautifully done, so well thought out, so intricate. But again, I think if it was literally almost any other signer, it sort of would have worked. I just think with Anthony, it's a tough one.
yeah,
Again, Anthony's been signing his name for 40 years now,
yeah,
and when you condense it down, and it's not just it's subjective too. It's not to say that it looked bad. I just think some people who are
yeah,
used to seeing or having a signature was kind of like, I don't love it. But
sure,
again, that's subjective.
yeah. Well, yeah. Either way, I didn't get the signature version. I got the normal, just whatever the normal version is. One thing, real quick, I love, and I'll show you this, is that all their pieces have this like magnetic situation going on, and I freaking love that. It just makes it so easy to pull things on and off and put them where you want them, and I really love that part of it of their all of them do something like that. But you can see, let me see if it, yeah, there it goes. You can see how weathered and just how cool. I mean, look at that.
Even how the bolt is off centered. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. The bolt's off centered. Obviously, that's part that
The magnet.
magnetizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can see the little chips and just the nice weathering around the base here. Like, I mean, this thing,
I mean, that thing is spot on to the. It looks like it got pulled right off the 3PO.
it's freaking fantastic, dude. And then obviously, then there's this piece that it's hard to, yeah, that's going to be a really
Look at that
shiny.
weathering, huh?
Yeah. I know it's super, super weathered, and
Love it.
it's also very hard to take pictures of and very hard to like. It's just so shiny. This is, did they vac metal? They vac metalized, right, Jason?
I believe so. I want to say yes, but don't quote me.
I'm pretty sure they did.
And I'm pretty sure because if you remove some of that weathering, I can see the pieces peeking through.
Yeah.
It's almost like a mirror chrome finish. And then, what's unique about this? and hats off to both Rory and Marvin. Um, is 3PO just like the models, right? The models have a very specific style of weathering, right?
Yep.
It's not like building a model tank or a boat. It has just a very, very specific what we call ILM style.
Yeah.
3PO has a very unique way of being weathered when you're weathering him, and they nailed it. They got it. They got it down. It's not just let's slosh things around and make it look messy or dirty.
Sure.
Let's just get this to look like it's been kind of used and abused. If you compare this to any screenshot or any prop that's floating around there on auction images, yeah, man, they nailed it. It's getting to the point where I feel like just like with Regal, and I don't want to keep bringing that up as an example, but how do you not? It's almost getting to the point where it's hard to not what can you not say, right? It's just
Yeah.
it's 10 out of a 10.
I know, and that's the hard part. Like we did, w- you know, um, this is it's kind of similar. I feel like to the way we do the maquettes. Some of the maquette stuff, like where we talk about the maquettes, it's hard because like yeah, you can talk about some of the history and some of the things, but they are what they are, and Regal does such a good job with them. There's not a whole lot to say necessarily. Lowland's the same; they do such a killer job, and
Well,
what you
just I
get,
always try to be careful and
it's so
conscientious
nice.
of not coming across as like a shill, if you will, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Because it almost seems like we have a biased perspective, but we don't. They're just
I do, but that's fine.
well, you know what I mean. They're just
Yeah,
beautiful. I mean,
they are.
there's no flaws you can pick out.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're very very good with their QC and their like, yeah, they take good care of that kind of
Oh, the
stuff before.
execution on even from their very first prop, because sometimes you see companies and people who do fan made pieces, people who do, custom pieces for fellow collectors. You see this process, this learning process of, you know, the first, it's kind of like, what we do for a living. If you look at some of my first work versus what I do now and yours, etc., you'll
Yeah,
see, okay, this is Lowland
yeah,
never had that step of like, oh, well, look at the first one compared to this one.
sure,
That that level of execution and quality was there from day one.
right.
It never, it
Yeah.
just never
Well,
skipped a beat.
and to be fair, one of so there's two guys in Lowland, right?
Yep.
Roy and Marvin, and one of the guys is the Wanawanga guy, right?
Yeah, Roy also operates one on.
Right. So he's the nice thing is that they have he has had some um he's had some experience with just making things and executing things, and so like it's not like they're coming from no experience whatsoever. They've got a lot of experience, but yes, in making a product that's going to be sitting on a shelf as a collectible, that's not something like Wanawanga makes a lot of stuff that you might add to a piece or
Yes.
make right, and so it's a piece of something that's sitting on your shelf, but like this is an actual product and it's an actual like piece in itself. So and yeah, you're right, from day one, from the first piece that they put out, like what was it, the rank badges.
Yeah, it was just a 10
um
out of 10.
Fantastic, yeah, and they've knocked it out of the park ever since, and I think that I can imagine that is hard to deal with for them, because everything they come to everything they come to after this, they go, we have to we have to like,
Well, it's like making that classic movie or that amazing song or album. How do you have to, yeah, you almost kind of have to, that pressure befalls you on how do
yeah, it's
you,
a lot of pressure to
a lot of
to
pressure.
knock it out and continue to knock it out of the
But
park, and
even the
so
ordering and delivery process of that,
yeah,
where you're not waiting 6 to 9 months after you order it. These things
it's
are
true,
produced and made with the exception of this timed edition. So when you order it, you're getting tracking and delivery notices
right,
within, you know, 5 to 10 days after.
yeah,
I mean, that's actually, kind of overquoting. It's usually within a couple days.
yeah. I will
So
say,
yeah,
Jason, I think I want to say these ones took a little bit longer for them to get all of them produced.
Well,
I
yeah, 'cause
think.
this one was instead of a set 50, this is a timed edition, so they
Yeah.
didn't
So they
know.
had more to deal with, right?
Yeah, a lot more to deal with.
But either way, I think I've seen a lot of these in different people's collections as well with pictures and stuff. They look fantastic. They knocked them out of the park. Almost, pretty much every one of them that I've seen has just been amazing, and people are putting them with, the hyperdrive exclusive. What the was it? The hand, I think, the C-3PO hand. I'm putting mine with the Disney C-3PO head, the C-3PO, that they came out with not too long ago. And I think I have the was it hyperdrive that did the Anthony Daniels signature, Jason?
Yes.
Yeah. So I have that, putting it with that too. So yeah, I mean, I love it. I'm really, really, I think this thing's amazing. And
Nice.
I know the R2D2 version is great too. I haven't seen it. I haven't gotten my actual eyeballs on it, but it looks nice from the pictures I've seen. So similar like weathering and stuff. I love that they just took a section of their of his chest to make as the background. Like, it's so cool. And that's been consistent for all the stuff they've done. They take like cloth, or something that where this thing is actually like if it sits on someone's arm, and they take that piece of cloth and put it as the background. It's really cool. I love that they've continued that. So this piece is great. I love it.
Yeah.
I really, really love it. Congrats to Lowland Props, another amazing piece. Looking forward to whatever you guys come out with next. And
Yes.
and yeah, I think that's gonna be it, guys. So all good, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Cool. Well,
Love
we'll
it.
see you on the next one, guys.